Good morning everyone, I am Hemant Mehta and in today's topic we are going to discuss about the XML Jstl tags. The Jstl XML tags provides a JSP centric way of creating and manipulating XML documents. So if you want to use the XML Jstl tags, you need to provide the URI, that is %@taglib, prefix would be X, URI would be javasun.com JSP Jstl XML. Now before you proceed with the examples, you're supposed to include these two jar files that is available on your screen: xercs.impl.jar, xln.jar. These two jar files supposed to be available in your lib folder of your web server. Now these are the tags. X:out. If you want to print something, you can have X:out. It is similar to C:out, or you can say the expression tag. X:parse, used to parse XML data specified either via an attribute or in the tag body. X:set sets a variable to the value of an X path expression if you want to set any of the values. X:if evaluates and tests X path expression, and if it is true, it processes its body. If test condition is false, it is going to ignore. It is just similar to C:if. X:4each, it will iterate the loop over the nodes in your XML documents, or you can say the elements. X:param, use along with the transform to get the set parameters in the XLST style sheet. XLST stands for XML style sheet layout template. Choose when otherwise, it is similar to the switch case, and it is similar to C:choose when and the otherwise. Simple condition tag that establishes a context for mutually exclusive condition operations marked by the when and the otherwise. So if one of the block of X:when is true, then that block will be executed, otherwise it will skip it. In the last, X:otherwise block will be executed. It is like a default case in the switch case. X:transform, if you want to apply any of the XSL transformation on the XML document, you can use the X:transform. It is like applying a CSS on the HTML file to have the better look and feel for your HTML file. Same way, if you want to provide the better look and feel for your XML file, you can use the XSL transformation. Now let's see one demo program for the same. Okay, I have created one program that is called Jstl XML demo. Now in this program, I'm going to read the data from the XML file. So I have created one books.xml file. This is my element. See, first of all, we are talking about the XML. So in the XML, it will be called elements. So I'm having a one parent element, namely books. Inside the parent element, I'm having a one sub element, you can say child element, that is a book. I'm having a two set of the child element that is called the book. Book denotes information about the book. So it is having a title, then the description, then we are having a author, then the price, right? These four information are available with individual book. I want to print this data in my JSP file, and I'm going to read this data using a Jstl XML tags. Okay, so now this is the XML tag.jsp file. First of all, I'm going to mention that I'm going to use XML in the core tag. So I'm just going to mention prefix equal to C and the X in the @taglib directives, and the URI would be core and the XML. Now first of all, I need to import the books.xml file. So I'm just going to use C:import URI equals to books.xml, variable equal to book. So I can say the XML file, that is a books.xml, is now pointed by the variable book. Now I have to apply the mapping between the core tag and the XML tag. So I have to pass the reference of my XML file with the help of some of the variables. So for that purpose, I'm going to use X:parse XML equal to the source of your XML file. The source of XML file is available with the variable book. Okay, now let me have the B1 for the sake of simplicity. Okay, we are going to take B1. So I can say my books.xml file is pointed by the variable B1. So if I want to give the information of my XML file, I can say x:parse XML equals $B1. So B1 is holding the reference of the books.xml. Now this reference is pointed by the variable parse. Okay. So can I say the parse variable is holding the reference of the books.xml, because books.xml is pointed by the variable b1 and variable b1 is pointed by the variable parse. So I can say parse is the variable which is holding my reference for the XML file. Now I have created one table for printing the data. Now I'm going to run the one for loop. So I'm just going to take for each select. I have to provide the source of the information from where I supposed to read. So for that purpose I'm just going to follow this nomenclature that I have written in the comment section. XML source. I can say my XML file source is available with the parsed variable. So if I say $parse, it means it is pointing to my file. So it will go to my file. Now in my file I'm having a parent element. So which data I supposed to read, right? So I'm just going to mention the parent element name. Inside that I'm going to mention the child element. So if I say $parse, right? If I'm going to say $parse, it is going to point to my XML file. Now, but in this file where I supposed to read, I'm just going to mention my parent element. What is my parent element? That is a books. So from this file over here, it is pointing over here. That is a parent element books. Now from the parent element, I'm having a two sub element, book 1 and book 2. So which book I supposed to read? So I have to mention the child element. So that is a book. So currently my for loop is pointing over here. So likewise, you can provide the reference of your XML file where you want to read the data. So now for loop is pointing over here at the book element, right? So now I'm going to say x:out, select title. This title will be selected from here in the first iteration. Description, author and the price. Similarly, it is going to print the value of x:out, title, description, author and the price. So one iteration will be completed in the for each loop. Now it will come to the second iteration. So it again is going to point this out. It is having a 4 elements, title, description, author and price. So in the second iteration, it is going to print title and the value will be database management system in the third semester, Tata McGraw in the 800. These are the corresponding values supposed to be printed. So 2 books data will be read over here. And this is the closing of my file. So let me execute this file. So it is going to print the data over here, current file. As you can see on the screen, this is the table, right? And these are the 2 books data. This is a book 1 data and this is a book 2 data. Likewise, you can read the data from the XML file and you can write as well. This is all about Jstl XML tag. Thank you.